I'm turning this fan off for you, so you guys better appreciate this because it is so hot. I feel like that episode of Victorious, and I definitely would be Robbie. So there's that. But I am starting another vlog. First of all, if you could see my iMovie and how many vlogs I have, you will be like, Mayana, girl. So in this vlog, I will be reading series that I should have loved, but for some reason did not. So I'm reading the Foxhole Court right now. I'm reading the Raven Cycle right now, aka the Raven Boys. And I remember when I first joined BookTube, like this book sounded like it was perfect for me. Like this book should have been for me. And when I was reading this book, I was like loving it. I was on vacation, and then like I didn't finish it on vacation, and then I came home and I was reading it, and then I got bored towards the end, and then I finished it and I gave it 4 stars. But that was back when I first joined BookTube, so anything that I liked was like 4 stars because I didn't have a good rating system. So like originally I would give it like a 3 stars because I never continued on with the series. But like I remember loving like Adam and Ronan, and I remember like being obsessed with the fan art, and it's like I should have been like the Raven Cycle should have been my brand, and for some reason I just never really liked it as much as I should have. And so I'm rereading it because this book, I'm not even kidding, came to me in a dream. I dreamed about this series and I was just sitting here thinking about it, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna read the Raven Cycle series. So that is what I'm going to be doing. I don't know if this is gonna be like a Raven Cycle series reading vlog, or because I also want to do the Foxhole Court. You know what, I think I want to do it by a series. So the next video I'll do the Foxhole Court, because the same thing happened with the Foxhole Court. Like I was reading it, I liked it, I was obsessed with the fan art, I had my favorite characters, and it took me a year to read the book and I did not care about it anymore. So for this vlog, I'll just do the Raven Cycle. Yeah, I'm reading it right now and I like love it. I read like, I'm on chapter 1 still, and it's like reading this as like a spiritual girly, somebody who does tarot readings and stuff like that, like I love this, especially after reading Book of Night, where like magic existed in their world but they were like acting like tarot card readings were fake. Like this is so refreshing, like reading a book and Blue being like, girl, I wish I could say that tarot card reading was fake, but my family don't lie. And like just being a spiritual girl and reading this, plus the nostalgia of when I read it and like was loving it, it's just like I could see myself actually giving this 5 stars. And I don't know, and then it has all the things I like the only girl in a group of guy trope, and then everyone always fan has Blue as black, and it's just like I don't know what was wrong with me. So basically this is me righting my wrongs and reading a series that I know I should have loved but for some reason did not. And hopefully I can read this book in like one day and edit this vlog and everything, because I do not need another vlog sitting on my iMovie. I'm actually, you know what, I'm going to show you guys the vlogs that I have sitting on my iMovie. So this is my iMovie and this is all the vlogs that I have. Like this one is a video that I just did, so I can actually delete this. So like I know you guys are probably like, oh, like wow, like 3 vlogs, that's not that much. But for me this is a lot because I usually have like 1 vlog at a time, and the fact that I have not finished any of these vlogs really just irritates me. I don't like having a lot of videos in here, and I don't like having a lot of videos on my phone, on my like camera either. But yeah, I'm reading the Raven Boys and I'm having so much fun so far, like too much fun actually. Okay, so I just finished the first chapter. And I'm not gonna be like updating you guys like every chapter I finish or anything like that, but the first chapter, it just got me. And it's like, as a spiritual girly, the first chapter was like everything, like the things that they talk about, like being intuitive and like being able to like have your own psychic abilities, and just like her like wanting to just be a 16-year-old, and like it just, as like a spiritual girly, that was everything. Like I kind of wish I read this book now. Like I wish I was reading this for the first time, because I think when I read it for the first time I was taking it for granted, because I was like into like the tarot card stuff, but I didn't know anything they were talking about. Like I'm thinking like she like makes this up, like she's making it up as she's going on. No, the stuff that they're talking about is really accurate. It's actually reminded me of like when I read Zodiac Academy, and like I was like, wow, like these authors actually know their shit. I'm starting to think that Maggie Stiefvater might be a spiritual girly, because this shit is just too accurate. I'm cleaning my bathroom and I've just got to Gansey's chapters, and there's a scene where like Ronan, like he's like listening to like his recording and he hears himself and he's telling Ronan like how crazy that is, and Ronan is like, oh, I thought you didn't believe in coincidence. Ronan was like, I thought you didn't believe in coincidences, and I was thinking like, oh wow, that's crazy, I don't believe in coincidences either. And then I'm like, am I Gansey? And then I'm reading more of his chapter and like how he like thinks we're like here for like bigger reasons, and like we're not just put on this earth for like the reasons that we're put on it. And I'm like, wow, am I Gansey? When I first read this book I thought I was Blue, but now I think I'm Gansey. I'm remembering things and I hope I'm remembering correctly. So one, I love that this is like a soulmate story, because I remember when I first read this book, like I've always loved my entire life. Like I'm a lovey-dovey kind of girl. I love romance, I love rom-com. I dream of like being in love someday and finding my soulmate, my person. And so the idea that Gansey and Blue are soulmates to me is like so beautiful, and like my eyes have opened to soulmates since like the past year. And like I've always knew I had a soulmate, but my eyes have really opened to it this past year. So the fact that like now I'm like, when I first started reading this story I was just like, soulmates, whatever, this is a YA novel, like this is so YA. But like reading it as somebody who like loves soulmates and actually truly believes in soulmates, like someone that you've known lifetimes and you have found each other every single lifetime, it's just like so beautiful. And also my favorite characters when I first read this were Noah and Ronan. And also I think I remembered this plot line with Noah because I realized that like the teacher's POV, like he only mentioned 3 of the guys, and like the foreshadowing, oh my gosh, I'm trying not to spoil it, but this book is really old. Also I'm realizing that like when I first joined booktube this book had so much hype, but for some reason it's not as hyped as like it used to be. Like the BookTok girlies don't talk about this book. Like, you know, they're bringing back all like the old hype books. They're not talking about the Raven cycle. Maybe I'm not on the right side of BookTok, or maybe it'll make its way around, but I kind of don't want it to, because it's kind of like a hidden gem now, and like I want to be a part of like the girlies, like the Raven cycle stands. And the plot line that I'm remembering it has something to do with Noah and the teacher, and I hope that it's true what I'm remembering, because if so I'm probably still gonna gasp. But like, yeah, I hope. I'm trying to say things without spoiling it. I have to poop, so I will not be here for long. And I also don't want to update too much because I don't want this to be like 75 hours. But I just got to the part where Ronan, Adam, and Gansey all went to Blue's house to get like a reading, and I'm eating it up. I love when people like talk about tarot card readings and they accurately describe like what each card means. And I can tell, I wouldn't be surprised if Mackie Stiefvater actually like does tarot card readings, because these are not like just like Google terms. Like it's not like Two of Swords meaning, like she literally described like Two of Swords. And I also liked how like Ronan was like, well, how do I know that this is true and you're not just saying anything, because this could be very vague. Because with tarot card reading it can be very vague, but with tarot card readings you have to bring out your intuition. And so that's like literally what one of like the girls in the house did. And she shook the table a little bit, and then he shook the table back. He was like, bitch, please. And I'm eating it up. I just love this book. Means everything to me, I think. And it's making me want to do like, I actually was doing, and the ironic thing is I was doing a tarot card reading because I do readings. If you want to purchase one from me, I'll leave like my link tree down below. So someone had purchased a reading from me, and I do readings within like the same hour if I'm not too booked. I do them within 24 hours, but because I'm not like super booked, I do them within the same hour. So the girl like sent me the money, and I just got started on a reading. And then like I did the reading for her. Two of Swords actually came out in my reading that I did, which I think is so ironic. And then like I read the book and I was like, is this a message for me? I don't think so, because I don't have any decisions to make. I'm not doing anything on my time right now. I'm gonna give this book 5 stars. There's scrying in this book, but I scry. Mira, I love this book. It was made for me. I just knew that this book was gonna mention something that like I specifically do, and I was gonna be like, that's it, that's the 5 stars. And there's some other stuff I want to talk about, but I didn't want to turn the camera on just to talk about it, so like I didn't, and then I forgot. I feel like y'all are probably like, girl, why do you keep uploading? Just read the book. But I have some things I want to say. I don't know if I'm just not understanding the book or I'm just fucking stupid, but I'm confused and I like it. What is Glendower? Am I missing something here? Also, there's a lot of things that are happening in this book that I'm just like, what? What does this mean? What is going on? Why is this happening? You know? You know? And also, I realized that Noah is not really even in this book. How is he my favorite character? Because I'm about more than halfway through the book and he's had like 3 lines. What? But yeah, so here's my issue is obviously I'm liking the book, I'm really enjoying it, but I'm also finding myself kind of bored because I'm like, okay, I'm a little way halfway over this book, nothing's really going on, it's just vibes, and I'm here for the vibes. But I'm also teaching myself, man, like, books don't always have to have a lot going on. Like, I really enjoy the characters and the story and Blue's family and everything that like is going on with them, and like obviously this book has my favorite trope, which is the only girl in a group of guys, and like I love everyone's friendships and like the characters and all this stuff. And it's like, it's okay to just like a book based off vibes, because I'm having a fun time. It's like I'm fighting with myself because I want to be like, it's okay to like this book just for vibes, but then I'm like, no, there needs to be more plot. And it's like, honestly, that's what it's like being in my brain every day. I'm like so indecisive. It's pretty much how I think any other time anyways. It's just like, I'm really enjoying it, but I'm like, there needs to be more plot. But then I'm like, but the characters, but more plot. And you know, I'm just going back and forth, but I am having a good time. I am liking it. I just got to the part, okay, I tried to shine my light towards me so like you guys could see me, but I just got to the part, okay, the like Noah thing, and like I feel like nobody else really cares about this part. Everybody's probably just like, oh my gosh, plot twist. But for some reason I just love this part, and it's just like, it's just so good. Like, oh my gosh, Gansey being like, what do you know about Noah? Like, do you guys have any, like, how many classes do y'all share with him? And everyone was like, none. And then Ronan's being like, I don't care. And then they're like, no, like, we blah blah blah. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, this is just so good, because it's like, you're too busy thinking, like when you're reading this book, you're so busy thinking about like, oh my gosh, like, you know, what's going on with Gansey and blah 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 blah, and like all this stuff. And then like there's like this whole Noah thing that you're not even thinking about, because he's barely in the book, and it's just like, it's hiding in plain sight. Oh my gosh, I'm trying not to like spoil anything, but it's just like, she put that right in a good spot, because I was getting a little bored. I'm just like, this is so fun, That was Maggie Stiefvater. You're kind of an evil genius, methinks. This is so good. Oh my god, I honestly don't know why. Like, I was just like, it was okay, but that's because I've always like, I need character and plot. But now I'm trying to show myself that like, liking books just because of characters is fine, especially because this book has one of my favorite tropes, which is the only girl in a group of guys. And like, I think I'm liking it a lot more now because I'm like, you know, very spiritual now. So like, I know what the fuck they're talking about now. Like, I do most of the stuff they're talking about. Ugh. Is it too late to make this book my brand? No. Okay, so originally I had turned my lights off, unplugged it, because Apple, okay, my light is like a touch light, like you touch it and it turns on. And Apple likes to lay on my desk, which I cleared it out for her and everything. And for some reason, I keep waking up in the middle of the night and my light is on because she keeps turning it on. And the little button to turn it on is so tiny, like you literally have to like touch it, and somehow she keeps turning it on. Anyways, I woke up with the light shining in my face and I'm like, what the hell? And then it's dim because you can like brighten it and dim it. So she had been touching it for, quite a bit. Anyways, so I was getting ready for bed. I had my YouTube going, you know, reading my little last few chapters, and then the ending was just so good. I have to give it 5 stars. The last sentence, it's giving Ninth House. Like the cliffhanger, like it's not like they're not obviously not the same thing, but like the cliffhanger vibes and like the iconicness of the cliffhangers. And also there's one scene that I'm like really confused on, and I reread it like 8 times. So spoiler alert for like the end of the Raven Cycles, but the scene where Welk has Adam and like Welk doesn't, like Welk shoots Adam and like Adam is still there, like the gun, like everybody saw the gun went off, but Adam is still there alive. How is that possible? Is that explained in the other books? Anyways, I also really like the conversation of what's right and what's wrong and like morality. Like, I mean, it's not a conversation, but I really like how it was brought up that like Adam does something that Gansey doesn't agree with, and Adam's like, I don't know why I was wrong, like this man did something very terrible, why am I in the wrong for this? And Gansey's like, what's wrong is wrong. And even though like it wasn't like an in-depth conversation, I feel like I could see the second book really touching on that, and I would really like to see that done. It kind of made me upset that like Gansey was like, oh, like, you know, you were like the whole like good boy thing kind of like makes me upset, because Gansey's like, well, you stooped to his level and he didn't deserve this and we have to call the police. And Adam's like, I almost said, I forget that I'm not like on FaceTime with my black friends, so I already said something, but Adam's like, this man is a piece of shit, like why do I care? Excuse me. And I really like that, and I really hope that that is touched on a little bit more in the second book. And I'm really excited to read the second book because this is my first time reading it, and this is where I think the vlog will get a bit more interesting. And I'm gonna read it, and hopefully I'm gonna read like a chapter or so until I get tired, and hopefully I'm already a little tired, and hopefully I like can just go to sleep without like having to get up here and update, because I had to like get all of my thoughts out now. But hopefully I can like read my little chapters and then go to sleep without having to get up and film a clip. Kind of tired right now, so yeah. Okay, I said I was done, but I lied. Actually, I had to Google recaps of what happened in this book, because I was just so confused as to how the gun didn't shoot Adam. I don't have the light pointed towards me. Okay, I was so confused as to how the gun didn't shoot Adam, so I had to go and find out myself. And apparently from the recap, Maggie Stiefvater wrote this because she referred, like, like the thing says, oh, Maggie Stiefvater, and then the next bullet says, I'm referring to myself in third person. So I'm assuming Maggie Stiefvater wrote this, but it never explains. It never explains. It literally just says, Adam hurriedly offers himself, his hands and his eyes as sacrifice. Bad stuff happens. An earthquake, a herd of hornet beasts, a Latin teacher getting trampled, the line is awake, and Adam is somehow changed, remote and merciless. Gansey is horrified that Adam didn't take steps to save Welk from being trampled. Oh, okay, so I'm also learning that this changed Adam, and that is why Because I was wondering, I was like, dang, Adam wasn't like this kind of, I mean, yeah, the man was, I mean, if I was Adam, I would be Adam. Like, I would be like, yeah, like, the man was kind of evil, but that wasn't Adam throughout the book. So that explains that he was changed. Also, maybe the fact that, like, we don't know why he didn't get shot is, like, maybe you'll find out in the second book. I mean, I like now I actually do think it's, like, one of my favorites. Like, I really do like it now. But back then, this is when I first joined BookTube. Actually, I don't even think I was on BookTube at this point. When I first started reading the book, I just had watched a lot of BookTube. So that's when I was, like, just trying to like stuff, and, like, I wanted my own brand, and, like, I pretty much gave everything I read, like, 4 stars, unless it was really terrible, then I was giving it like 3. But that's really crazy that I was talking about, so this is my favorite books, and then I never finished the series. Okay, girl. Okay. I'm so tired. Oh my god. Okay. I love you.
I love you too.
If it takes too long to hit me back, I can't promise you how I react. But all I can say is at least I'll wait for you. Lately I've been on a roller coaster, trying to get a hold of my emotions. But all that I know is that I need you close. And I'm not screaming shout for what I love. Passionate but I don't give no fucks. I admit that I'm a little messed up, but I can hurt it when I'm all dressed up. I'm obsessive and I love too hard. Got it overthinking with my heart. How you even think you got this far? This far. And I can be needy, way too damn needy. I can be needy. Tell me how good it feels to be needed. I can be needy, so hard to please me. I know it feels so good to be needy. Sorry if I'm up and down a lot. Sorry that I think I'm not enough. And sorry if I say sorry way too much. You can go ahead and call me selfish, but after all this damage I can't help it. But what you can trust is I need your touch. And I'm not screaming shit for what I love. Passionate but I don't give no fucks. I admit that I'm a little messed up, but I can hide it when I'm all dressed up. I'm obsessive and I love too hard. Got it overthinking with my heart. How you even think it got this far? This far. And I can be needy, way too damn needy. I can be needy. Tell me how good it feels to be needed. I can be needy, so hard to please me. I know that it feels so good to be needed.
Guys. Oh my gosh. So I'm listening to the audiobook, right? I'm listening to the audiobook, and I'm drawing my little picture of Gansey. I'm using this random white boy. The scene that I just heard or read was the scene where Ronan kind of says something a little disrespectful to to Blue, when they keep calling her Jane, to Blue, and Gansey was like, don't ever talk to her like that again. But he didn't even look up. Like, he's just like, he's going to bat for it. It's like protective. Oh, I'm eating it up. I'm eating it up. I love a good soulmate forbidden love story. And like in the first book, I'm like, okay, like I just like, they're just friends, like whatever. Like I don't really see what the girlies love about them though. Like they're, you know, because just because you said, it's not that they didn't have chemistry, it's just like I just didn't see them together, if that makes sense. But now in this book, after that sentence, they're soulmates and I will die for them. So also, I want to state that in some of my clips I look tall as hell. I look like I'm like a good 5'7". I am 5 feet. I look tall because my room is made for a hobbit. Everything in my room is small. The ceilings aren't like super high. They're not like small ceilings, but they're not like high ceilings. And everything in my room is small. So I live like a hobbit, and that's why I look tall. Because people always tell me, like, whenever I like make people guess my height, they always say I look 5'7", or not 5'7", but they always say I look a lot taller. And I'm like, how? But it's because it's perspective. Like everything in my room is pretty much the same height as me. I truly believe I'm a fairy. It's kind of how I live my life, as if I was a fairy, because I am. And yeah, I'm not that tall, but I'm loving this. I just ordered the first I ordered the third book. I ordered the first book, but for some reason the money didn't go through for the first book, so the second, third, and fourth one are coming in. And then hopefully, okay, so Blue Lily Blue gets in tomorrow. I want to be able to annotate these, but like I want to also finish them pretty fast, because I want to be done before Saturday, because it's Friday. Because I want this vlog to go up. I want this vlog to go up like next, maybe like Thursday or something, because I am uploading something Monday. I don't know, but I want to annotate the book and like highlight, because there's so many good like quotes in here, and like so many good things they're saying, and so many funny moments, and so many things I want to like annotate. And I'm reading too fast to do that, because like I wouldn't even mind like getting the third book and annotating that, and then maybe I'll just, okay, maybe, because I wouldn't mind getting the third book and just annotating that, and then rereading the first two books and annotating that. Literally so funny, because okay, so Kaminsky has been introduced. First of all, the voice in this audiobook is absolutely terrible. And second of all, they're funny. Like Gansey was like, okay, you better be with, like, so, you know, Kavinsky's, you know, fucking with all of them, like he's getting on everybody's nerve. He like leaves, and somebody says, and then they say to Jane, like, oh, you better be lucky he didn't like hit on you. And Jane, her name is Blue, now I'm calling her Jane, okay, and then Blue's like, she's just like, is this, he's just like, I just felt like unseen, like, is this how Noah feels? Not y'all disrespecting my king Noah. 7 people living here at this moment, so there's a lot of noise going on at all times. I'm so sorry. But I just finished drawing this picture of Gansey, and I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I don't know, I think I'm being too hard on myself, because I want it to be like perfect, and it's like I haven't drawn in like 3 years. Like obviously it's not going to be perfect, and honestly it's not even bad. So I really don't know. But yeah. And also I don't like Adam and Blue together, which, like, duh, they're not meant to be together, like, duh. It's just like Adam is so broody, it's so annoying. That's all I have to say about Adam. Like, Adam's cool. It's like he's just so broody. He's actually more broody than Ronan. Look what just came in the mail for me. I don't have the first book because it's a very long story. Okay, I ordered so many books and I didn't have enough money for all the books, so they took out the Raven Cycle book, like the Raven Boys. They took that one off, and so I had a refund for the book, the most expensive book, so I can go back and buy it. But Amazon is taking forever to put the money back in my account. It's really funny how like Amazon wastes no time taking the money out of your account, but when they put the money back, then it's suddenly like a problem. But the dream things. So I didn't really read for the rest of the night. I was gonna finish last night, but I got really sad. So I really just sat in my room all night and listened to very sad music. And then I kind of decided that I wanted to annotate this copy, and I'm 50% through. I literally love this book. Like, I can now see why people read books for characters. Like, I've always known why. Like, I am a character person. But, like, this book has no plot, just vibes and the characters, and I'm eating up, and I've never been that kind of girl before. And I think for me it's because I just relate to this book so heavy. Like, I'm a spiritual girl. Like, the things that they talk about in these books, like, I know what they're talking about. Like, in this book they talked about smudging, and like they kind of were like talking about cleansing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I don't smudge, but I do cleanse. And it's just super good. And it's so funny when freaking Ronan threw Noah out the window. What the heck, it's just so good. And the freaking scenes with Blue and Gansey, like when I first read this book, I'm like, oh, Blue and Gansey, like when I read The Raven Boys, I was like, oh, look, Blue and Gansey are like okay, like whatever, they're better than like Adam and Blue, I can tell you that. Obviously I know why, but I'm like, okay, they're okay, like whatever, they're a couple. I am obsessed with them. The fact that they're a slow burn means everything to me. I am in love. It's my freaking update. I'm so obsessed, and I can't wait to have like the complete series. And wow, it's absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to get to Blue Lily Blue, because I'm obsessed with this cover. It kind of reminds me of Peter Pan, not gonna lie, and I can't. And I heard that Maggie Stiefvater is writing an adult book, and I want to see what she does, because I kind of think that she's a genius. Okay, I just finished The Dream Thieves, and I'm now reading Blue Lily Blue, and I gave The Dream Thieves 5 stars. I really liked it. I am irritated because I didn't finish my annotating, because I just decided to read the book on the ebook, because it's just a lot like faster for me to read the ebook. And I liked it. The ending was good, and I love the characters, and the book is just so weird. Oh my gosh, this book feels significantly skinnier than The Dream Thieves. But on to my favorite cover, which is Blue Lily Blue. And I hope that this one will also be my favorite book, because I'm obsessed with this cover so much. So it only will make sense for this to be my favorite book. But yeah, very excited. I'm on the prologue, and obviously I'm eating it up. I'm loving it. I'm trying to finish this book today and start the second book, hopefully, but we're going out to eat, and it'll probably be like a busy day for me, so I probably won't get very far. But I just don't want to take too much time like reading this book, these series. That's like, I have so many other books I want to read, and that's why I can't read series, because I feel like reading series like takes away so much time. I really need to get like a better schedule and like reading series, but yeah, love it here.
Talking when I see it, baby. I'ma let my hands do the talking when I see it, baby. I'ma let my hands do the talking when I see it, baby. I'ma let my hands do the talking when I see it, baby.
Let me turn this fan off. So I am about 50% through Blue Lily Blue, and it's not my favorite. I am a bit bored. I don't know why. Like, it actually has stuff going on, and this book actually does remind me of Stranger Things, especially like Blue's mom being like where she is, and like just like how they like searching for things, and like how they're splitting up, and like how there's like so many characters, not splitting up, but like, you know, how there's so many characters, and like, it just is giving me Stranger Things season 1 vibes. And it's actually interesting because I don't recall anybody making that comparison when Stranger Things, like, these were around at the same time, I think. So I don't remember anyone making those comparisons, but it definitely does give me Stranger Things vibes. But I can tell you that this book is not my favorite so far. I'm a little bored. Of course, I love the bestie vibes, I love the friendship vibes, but I fear the second book might be my favorite if this last book doesn't hit. I fear the second book might be my favorite. I'm still loving it nonetheless, but this book is not my favorite. Ugh, the cover is the prettiest, and that is what saddens me. I don't know why I keep coming on and my bun is like leaning to the side. Like, please, let's get it together. At least want to look semi-cute. Anyways, so I just finished Blue Lily Blue. I hate this title. Love this cover. Oh, I love this cover. I love you so much. Yeah, so I just finished Blue Lily Blue, and I'm gonna have to give it 4 stars. This book has apple that hurts. This book has middle apple that hurts. This book has middle book syndrome. Okay, apple that hurts. This book, I don't know how many times I'm gonna say it. This book has middle book syndrome, and like, it was kind of boring. Like, nothing was going on. Like, you know, they was kind of doing a little bit of some, but not really. And I just got a little bored. So I gave it 4 stars. This book did break my heart. Don't get me wrong. One of my like favorite characters died, but she's my favorite character simply because of her name, because I like all of like the characters in this book, to be honest. Especially everyone like in Blue's house. Like, I don't really know if they're technically her aunts because they're friends of her mom. We'll just call her aunts. I love all of her aunts. Someone dies, and that just broke my heart. And then the end, the epilogue, girl. But I just know that the last book is about to be so good. Like, I am so excited. The last book is about to eat. Oh my god, it's about to eat. But unfortunately, I will be starting that tomorrow because I want to finish editing it. I want to start editing this vlog so that, you know, I can just have it up and ready Tuesday night when I finish the book. And I want to read another book. I don't want to be reading this series all day. So 3rd book down, 1 more to go. Yes, it's hot as balls, so unfortunately I will not be turning off my fan for you guys. But come on now, Apple, please. But I got a package.
Maya, there you go. I got $4 for you. I really forgot about it. Here,
I don't.
let me see what that book is.
Granny, you know you're in my vlog right now.
Oh, you stopped it.
No, like, no, you're still in it. You're interrupting.
Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye.
I ain't coming back.
Okay, good.
Hey, watch yourself. Watch yourself.
Okay, so I just want to cut in and say that this is how me and my grandma like talk to each other. Like, this is how our relationship works. So I don't want anyone to think that like I'm like being like mean or disrespectful to her or anything. Like, this is just how our relationship is. Like, we joke around with each other all the time, and like, I'm her favorite grandchild, so it's like a thing that I'm her favorite grandchild. So I don't have to explain myself to you guys, but I felt like, I know someone is probably gonna be like, oh, Hannah's so mean to her grandma. This is just how we are with each other. This is how we joke with each other. And also, I have 8 people in my house, 2 dogs and 2 cats right now, so I am very irritable. But my grandma is sick, so I'm not mean to her. Like, I don't want to be mean to my grandma while she's sick. Like, what kind of evil, sick, twisted person would do that? But I just want, like, I just treat her like a normal person, and I know that she like really appreciates me for that. But like I said, this is just how we like joke around. As you can see, like when she leaves my room, she's like laughing. I don't want to explain myself, and I don't feel like I have to, but also I do feel like I have to, because some people jump to conclusions and they don't know how to like read conversations with people. So this is just us. This is the family, you know. So I have the Raven Boy. So now I have the completed series. Okay, so now I have the completed series, and I'm literally so happy and so obsessed, and I can't wait to put this on my bookshelf. Oh my gosh. I wish I would have taken a thumbnail with the completed series, but you know what? That's okay. I'm reading the Raven King. Well, actually, I haven't even started the Raven King. I kind of wanted to come up with some predictions. How many pages is this? Ugh, that's a lot of pages. 437. Okay, so predictions. I predict that we're gonna find. I predict that Gansey and Blue are gonna get together. Adam and Roland are gonna get together. Noah's probably gonna like die and like go on in like the afterlife or something. Like, I mean, he's already dead, but you know, Noah's probably gonna like go to the light. I don't know. Something very heartbreaking is gonna happen, and I'm gonna give this book 5 stars because of it. It's gonna be a wild ride and amazing. So those are my predictions, and I'm excited to have all the books finally. I'm so happy girl. And yeah, I am absolutely bored out of my mind reading this final book. It is totally a me problem. I have an issue with reading series, okay? Like, by no matter what the book is, by like the 4th book, I am very bored. Like, I did this to myself because I know that I cannot read series like back to back, and then I'm forcing myself to read this book because I want this vlog to be up by tomorrow, because I've been working so hard on this vlog that I don't want to push it back, and I don't have anything else I want to upload today, and I don't want to push it back, okay? So I'm forcing myself to read this series for this vlog that probably is gonna flop. So it's like the odds are against me here, okay? The odds are against me here, and I'm only doing this to myself. And I hate that for me. I absolutely hate that for me. I am bored out of my mind. There's nothing really going on. It's like I do, okay, so this is the thing, is I like that the first, you know, the books are based off vibes and they don't really have a plot line and nothing's really going on. And it was doing it for me for the first 2 books. But by the 3rd book, it got really old, and the 4th book, I'm just like, okay, there's no plot line. I love these characters, but there's nothing going on. Please, it's like I thought I could be a vibe girly, but I don't think I can. It's like I don't hate the book. I'm having fun, having the time of my life, but there's nothing happening. I don't care, and I'm forcing myself to read this. I'm bored. Time is moving slower with me reading this book. I feel like I literally woke up at 12 today. It's about 6. I woke up at 12, and time was moving by so fast. I started reading this book and time slowed down. I just want to be done now. I just want to be done now. I can't. I did this to myself. And it's like, how is the book going to be wrapped up in 400 pages? I don't know. I hate that I did this. Because, like, the vlog is not even going to do good. And I really like this series. And I could have just been reading this series slowly. But honestly, even if I read the series slowly, I probably would have never gotten to the final book. Because I suck at reading series. It's like, what is wrong with me? Why am I the way that I am? Why can't I be a better person? Why can't reading series just be easier for me? Why do I have to live like this? My life is so hard. Oh my god. And then there's so many other books I want to read today. This is the only book I read today. Usually I wake up every morning, I read my chapters for the Way of Kings, and I read me like another book, typically a romance book, and then I like read this book and I finish it, and then I read another book. But this is the only book I've read today. I feel like I've accomplished nothing. I feel like I'm bored. Life is so hard. And I want to start on my next vlog. I have a really fun idea for my next vlog, and I know that's also going to take me forever. So it's like I just want to pick it up. I just want to speed it up. I want to move on. I want to be on to the next thing now. And I want to read some other books. And I just need to hurry to finish this because I can't. I literally cannot. I'm almost done with The Raven King. I actually am more interested in it. I can see myself giving it 4 stars. I want to say around like the 70% mark is where I found myself a lot more interested. And I really just came on here because I have this prediction and I want to see if I'm right. But I feel like in the book, like, they're doing something and Gansey has to die in order for something to happen. I don't know, this is my prediction, I don't really know, but I think that they're gonna try to do something and Gansey's gonna have to die in order for it to happen. And then Blue knows that if she kisses Gansey, he'll die. So then, like, she's probably gonna kiss him and then he's gonna die, and then they're gonna find out how to bring him back to life, or Cave's water's gonna bring him back to life, or whatever is gonna bring him back to life. But that is my prediction. I just wanted to share it because I just thought about it, and like, I think it would be kind of cool if I make this prediction and I'm right. Probably won't be, but it'd be kind of cool. I'm trying to finish this because I want to do some reading sprints tonight, but I don't want to be reading this book while I do reading sprints. So I want to finish this so I can do some reading sprints, and then I can finally read my other books. Oh my gosh, guys, you don't know how hard it's been reading this series. Like, I'm not a series girl, okay? I've realized that. Like, I can start series, but I'm not a read series in one go girl, okay? So reading a series in one go has been so hard because I'm a mood reader. So like, every day I want to be like, oh, I want to pick up this book and I want to pick up this book, but then I'm like, no, I have to finish this vlog. And like, so many people, and by so many I mean like literally 2 people, have been like excited for this vlog, and like, I'm excited for this vlog, and I really love this vlog. I put a lot of work into this vlog, so like, I'm excited for it. But it's just like, God, I don't know how you series girls do it. Like, there are so many other books I could be reading, right? Like, it's so hard. I have something to say. I have a bone to pick with Maggie Stiefvater because Noah has barely had any lines all 4 books. I swear to God, Noah has said 1 sentence per book, and I am not here for it. And then this Henry guy gets like more screen time than Noah. I don't appreciate it, and I'm not here for it. Okay, give my king some respect. I swear, like, even Noah's freaking sister has had like more screen time than Noah. I have finished The Raven King. Wow, the sun is up, so I don't even have to use the ugly lighting in my room. Isn't that crazy? So I'm giving this book 4 stars. Now, I was bored 70% of this book, but the last 30% I ate this book up. I did guess the plot twist correctly. I mean, it's not that hard to guess. You probably could see it a mile away. Actually, I probably could have guessed the plot twist in book 1 if I really was thinking, but I wasn't really thinking because I was having so much fun. But in this book, I was so bored I had nothing but time to think, because I'm like, God damn, I want to be done with this book. But I still enjoyed it. It was very fun, and I love the characters. And do I want to read Ronan's books? No, because they're ugly. Now, if someone could come out with some pretty dust jackets for them, oh yeah, I'll buy them. I'll eat them up. But until then, I fear I may not be reading Ronan's series. I may read them like ebook, audiobook if I get bored enough, but it's going to be a very long time because I am not good at reading series. This is the 2nd series I finished this year, and the other one was a romance series, and it's really easy for me to finish romance series because they read faster for some reason than me. So all in all, I give the Raven Cycle series 4.5 stars, almost 5, because these These are out of order, methinks. Yeah, these are out of order. All in all, because these last 2 books were boring as fuck. But these first 2 books were amazing. And the second book, my favorite in the series, I believe. 4.5 stars. Love the books. Love the characters. Heartbreaking. Heart-wrenching. Heartwarming. Amazing. Beautiful. A fun time. Will I ever do this again? I mean, yes, because this is a series. But next time I do this series, I am picking a trilogy. I am picking a duology, not a quartet, because I suck at reading series, and I knew that going into it. And I ate these books up. But I feel like if I would have read these a little bit more spaced out, I would have had a lot more fun. I did have fun in this vlog. This vlog was absolutely fun. But I feel like if I would have read these a little bit more spaced out, I would have rated them a lot higher. And maybe when I reread them someday, because I will be reading them, because I can't leave the books tabbed up like this, halfway tabbed up. That's just crazy. So I will be rereading these books someday, and when I do, hopefully they're rated higher. But don't get me wrong, I do love these, and this definitely goes up into my all-time favorite books. But I'm gonna stop talking now because it is hot as ass in this house. It's 90 degrees outside, and it's even hotter in this house, and I'm not even facing my fan, and it's on. So I'm gonna stop filming and edit this. But yes, I give this series a 4.5. I had a fun time, and stay tuned for my next installment of this series, where I will be reading The Foxhole Court.